Okay, so you may have watched the previous video where I did the grounding exercise as the first intro to help your nervous system regulate when you have gotten triggered. And now we're going to move into the second exercise. The next exercise is what we might call orienting. And basically, it's orienting to the here and now, to the space around you, that you're in a space that is safe. This is not, if you're in your car for some reason watching YouTube, it's not the moment to do this exercise, but I doubt that you are. So hopefully you're in a space where it's safe and where you can do this. And so why this helps with triggers is because when a triggering situation happens, the nervous system, as I mentioned before, starts to respond as though the trauma that you lived were about to happen. So your whole nervous system starts to respond as if you were back there, back then, and you're not. And so the exercise really, really simple. It almost seems so silly that it's so simple. Of the exercise of orienting yourself to the space around you starts to, your nervous system recognizes what's happening, that you're going to be looking around in a couple minutes and your nervous system recognizes, oh, I must be safe because, I'm looking at all of these things around me and this is what's happening, not what was happening back then. What is actually happening is everything that is right here around me. All right. So we're going to do that in a couple different ways. The first thing I'm going to invite you to do is to look around your space and find 3 things that you can identify around you, right? So I'm going to look over there. I see a lamp, the lamp on my desk. I see that I can see the light bulb. What do you see? Then I see a feather in my pencil holder, a turkey feather that I found, and it's kind of pretty. What do you see over there? I'm going to look over to the other side, and I see over on the other side of my desk, I see a stack of books and a book I really, really love at the top. What do you see over there? And take a deep breath, just orienting to the things around you. And now we're going to do a second version of this exercise where I'm going to invite you to turn your head. You're just going to leave your torso straight, facing forward. And if you can, you're going to turn your head along with me in a really gentle way. So you're turning your head over to your right shoulder, going as far to the right as you can without pushing it, and just see, what do you notice over there? You can glance up and then glance down over on your right. What do you see? I see my rug. I see that wall. And just take a deep breath. And then you're going to start bringing your head back, slowly glancing at the room, kind of scanning the room in front of you, the space in front of you, and then heading over to the left shoulder, as far over the left shoulder as you can. And see what you see over there. I see that wall. I see some things on the floor. And take a deep breath. What do you see over there? As you take a deep breath, and then slowly come back to the center, scanning the room in front of you, seeing what you see, taking a deep breath. I'm going to invite you to affirm in your own mind, say to yourself in your own mind, I am here in this space. I can see the space around me, and I am safe. Great. So that's it. Grounding to the here and now, to the feeling of being supported, right? Orienting to the space around you, that you are here right now, that you are safe, that nothing scary is happening or about to happen. And when you start to practice these exercises, which are like a short little meditation you can do several times a day, right? It's a phenomenal thing to do to kind of reset your nervous system and kind of come back to center. And as you practice these, then you're going to build the strength, build the muscle to help yourself use them in the moments when you start to get activated, when something happens and all of a sudden you start noticing that maybe your heart's racing, that maybe you're starting to feel a little numb or spacey, or like you're not quite here, that you're a little foggy, or maybe you start to feel kind of aggressive, that you're ready for a fight, whatever it is that happens when you get triggered, that you can kind of bring yourself and say, okay, let me feel my feet, let me feel the ground. Let me pick 3 things around me. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm safe. All right. I would love to hear what you thought. If you could leave me a comment or send me questions. And if you'd like to learn more about the work that I do for people who've experienced trauma or have high levels of anxiety, you're welcome to visit my website. And I also have an upcoming group for women who have experienced sexual trauma. So you can check that out on my website as well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.